In this video, I am drawing on cow's feet, digging away at holes that other people have created in this cow's foot, and trimming back a dead foot on this cow, and admiring non-healing lesions that may or may not have healed. Guys, this is the Hoof GP. Enjoy the video. Hello and welcome to the Hoof GP. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm talking like this because I don't want to wake up the whole household. Welcome to the Hoof GP. This is the story of my Wednesday. If you haven't already done it, smash the subscribe button right now and give this video a big thumbs up. First job of the morning is to go and pick Craig up, which is pretty easy to be fair. And just like that, let it be known that on September 9th, 2020, I, Graham Parker, the Hoof GP, was early. This will confuse him.
You must have to bed this morning.
I kind of sort of maybe never mentioned that. Anyway, onto the farm. And just like that, we're here. Haha. It's about 10 to 4. There's no cows yet for us, so we're going to get set up. Hopefully the cows will arrive, and then we can crack on with the show. Or at least the trimming. Ta-da! That was strange.
You come and go like a monsoon rain. You had a show like a lightning bolt. You had it all. And there's no one but you, no one. There's no one but you, no one.
So it's about 5:45 right now. We're getting on really well actually so far. We've done 30 or so cows, 29, 30 cows, and there are probably 16 left. So we'll be doing about 46 this morning, which is fine. And then we've got farm number 2 to get to. Right now the sun is starting to come up and it looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome sunrise. I'll be honest, this morning is going pretty well, but right about now, I think me and Craigie boy are needing a coffee. What are you doing, Craig?
I'm hoping you're making coffee right now instead of me.
Yesterday, Craig was away on a training day, a check day. Basically checking that his trimming's up to par, which it is, and correcting any little things that have gone wrong. And clearly, Craig has got ahead of himself and thinks now that I'm the coffee boy. Yeah, I'll make the coffee. What's wrong with this foot, Craig?
Tonocrosis.
So what are you doing now, Craig?
Put a bandage on.
What's underneath?
Embryonics magical hoof paste.
Ah. So tonocrosis is basically when something happens up here, or it can happen in here on the end of the toe. Bacteria gets in and it starts to kill the bone inside. So necrosis means dead, toe, obviously dead toe. This will never heal properly, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the horn to seal over on the end so that you do have a sound hoof horn capsule. if that makes sense to you. You can see this toe is down here and this one is back here. Now if we trimmed a normal foot back here, blood would be spraying out all over the place and that would be very bad. As it is, this paste should dry up the end, and if we keep trimming it and keep seeing her, we will heal it up. These used to be called non-healing lesions, or in some people's case they still call them non-healing lesions. Now I'm not saying we'll fix this 100% of the time, but I would say 40 to 50% of the time, as long as we keep revisiting the cow. Anyway, let's get on with the coffee. But seriously, you make the coffee. So this is a farm that we visit every 2 weeks. The cow's feet here are really, really good. This is just the second block that we're putting on. And this is one that slipped through the net. The cow's feet here are good. We don't put on many blocks at all. And we usually do 40 or 50 every 2 weeks. So between 80 and 100 every month, which for a 450 cow dairy is absolutely spot on. So in other news, I told you guys that something very big was happening in my life, and it has happened. I can't show you until Wednesday, or tell you about it until Wednesday, because I don't want karma to bite me in the ass. But you guys will be the first to find out about it, hear about it, know what's happening, see it, whatever it is. So tune in on Wednesday, hit the subscribe button right now and ring that little bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll get a notification on Wednesday what is happening, okay guys? I'll be honest, I lied about the coffee. Craig's making it. Dark, Craig, I can't see your face. In fact, this light really suits you. Anyway, that's enough of that amazing sunrise, and it really is amazing. Take a look at this. So, with my little friend Sharpie, here is a quick anatomy list. This is the medial claw. So, M for medial, and this is the lateral. So medial means middle, so middle of the cow, it's towards the middle of the cow. Lateral means outside, obviously. I like to explain the obvious, because if it's obvious to me, it might not be obvious to you. So, we'll explain the obvious for everybody. Now this dark line here is the white line. Clearly this medial claw is nearly the right size. The white line looks natural, it looks like where it should be. So where is the white line on this lateral one? Well, it's in the same place, kind of. So this foot has extended down the way. Don't think of it as long, think of it as deep. And the white line follows the horn all the way down here. This horn is attached to the inside of the foot via the white line. So the white line is actually still up here and here and here. It's just this is the only part we can see of it. So in this claw here, the white line actually comes all the way down here. So it doesn't matter how long or how short this foot is. And the white line will always come to a point if the foot comes to a point. So we're going to trim this back, and what we're going to do is we're going to trim this back to the same size as this, and then we're going to model this area out here on the medial claw, so the little bit here, and we're going to do a much wider model on this claw here. So now if we look more closely at the foot, you can see that the white line actually, it starts around here, comes all the way down this way, and all the way around up to here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take away this extra part here so that this foot becomes the same size as this foot, and then we're going to do a wide model here, all the way around here. So we're going to remove all of this material here, and we're going to do a small model in here, not coming into that toe triangle. So now you can see that although we've shortened the toe, actually the white line is still exactly where it was in relation to the wall horn. It's disappearing here because I've left a 5mm step at the end of the toe, which is exactly what we want. We've removed that portion that we coloured in, and we've taken a little bit of modelling out here. This is a superficial crack, but it could lead to being a really bad problem eventually, so we will nip it in the bud right now. Now we're going to get rid of all these little scrappy bits of horn. This is called periopal horn, and it's got a really different feel to this type of horn. This is the suspension basically, or the impact zone of when the cow's foot lands. So it's really soft to cushion the blow. This is where all the wear takes place on the cow's foot, and this is what is basically holding the foot together. So this is the scaffolding or the building blocks. And just check these cracks are nothing untoward. We got rid of this, but we kept the height here. You can see a still pen mark there actually. And by keeping the height here, it means that this claw can balance out with this more easily without having to reduce the height of this. Good anatomy lesson? Bad? I know I didn't go in depth, but it shows you what you can see on the outer part of this cow's foot. And that is her good to go. And as you can see, she's turning around to say thank you. Isn't she polite? Come on, girls. Go on. So we ended up trimming about 45 cows here, and we put 2 blocks on. And to be honest, one was that tonocrosis, which is a fairly serious problem, and the other one was just on a problem that had nearly fixed. Nearly isn't quite good enough. So we put another block on just to ensure that that one would completely heal. Now all we need to do is print off the report, tidy everything up, go around, wash it off, and get on to the next farm, where I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few surprises for you guys. And through the magic of video, the crush is hooked on to the back of the pickup. Now all we need to do is go round and get it washed up. Or at least Craig did.
I know you're strong. Need to get yourself together. Things still get better if you just believe it. Yeah, it's getting cold, waves are crashing in. When the streams are getting strong, just hold on to me. Yeah, I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark clouds. I will always be your guiding light. I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark clouds. I will always be your guiding light.
And that's us all set up and ready to go at farm number 2, which is actually where my brother-in-law Mark works. Crack on! First victim.
I'll be your guiding light. Oh, I'll be your guiding light.
So as soon as we lift the second foot on this very first cow, it's very obvious that someone else has been trimming this cow's foot. They've left a deep cavity or a deep void on that toe of the near side foot, and that is a major problem. They were completely right to dig it out in the first place and investigate the problem, but a cavity should never have been left. This really can lead to additional problems. So you can really clearly see here that whoever's trimmed this cow before has dug out a hole here, and that's fine to investigate whatever the problem's been. But that actually begins to form a problem in itself, because it means any slurry, muck or debris gets trapped in there and it can't be released. So it creates this pocket that creates heat, warmth, moisture and dirt, which is a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. And this stuff can regress further up into the foot. So we need to remove this portion or here to allow the slurry to dissipate out the side and not create a problem. This type of problem or lesion can often lead to tonocrosis if bacteria is allowed to get in and infect the pedal bone. It may look like I'm struggling to take away large chunks of the horn, but actually I'm just trying to take away as little as possible, but everything that is needed. And as you can see, I've lowered the sides around the lesion so that any slurry or muck will just fall away from the area. It may not look like I've made very much of a difference to this hoof, and in reality I haven't really changed it all that much, but these small differences add up to one really big difference in the end result. Right, remember this foot that Craig was wrapping earlier on with the toe necrosis and the quote-unquote non-healing lesion? Well, here is another quote-unquote non-healing lesion. And as you can see, it has completely healed. She had an axial wall fissure with dermatitis on it, and this is actually her front right foot. Obviously, I never filmed myself trimming her back foot, but when I picked up this front right and realised that she had a necrotic toe here as well, I thought, why not get the camera out and film this one for you guys. The foot that we saw Craig wrapping earlier on is almost exactly how this foot started out 2 months ago. And as you can clearly see here, the toe has completely healed over, giving firm and good horn on the end of it. Yes, it doesn't look fantastic, but it is very functional, and she is not in pain or discomfort in any way. And here is an extreme example of toe necrosis. This cow has been seen 5 times now, and as you can see, she has been left with a hole in her foot and clearly has some scarring. But that lesion has healed over and good sound horn has been left behind. This cow is actually comfortable. There's no openness, soreness or rawness to this foot, but we put the block on just to make sure she's as comfortable as possible. And one final lesion for the road. This one had an axial wall fissure running all the way from the base of the foot right up to the coronate, which used to be termed as a non-healing lesion. I know you're sick of the sound of my voice saying non-healing lesion, but for me it's really important that people do know these cows can be cured if they're given the right amount of attention. I also feel that I should mention that the farm we're at here is an exceptionally well run farm. These cows are in a condition like this because the farmer bought them from a farmer who was really struggling with his farm. These cows have been seen by me and Craig 4 or 5 times now, and you would not believe the difference this attention has made. Just like that, it's 11:26 and we only have 2 left to do. We've done just under 80 cows just now, so today's been a good day so far. Loads and loads of cows that have cured, and days like that make you feel really good. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on, do this cow, that cow, and then get the hell out of Dodge. And this white line problem, Craig's block, brings us to the end of this day. It's been a long one. Good day, bad day?
Good day. 73 cows, can't argue.
Told you it was nearly 80. Aw, nice one to finish. I've told you guys this before, but for those who didn't catch it, cows salivate quite heavily when they're distressed or in pain or anxious or anything like that. So when a cow's stood like this, not moving her head and not really dribbling or drooling, it means she's pretty content.
I'm holding on until forever I will fight, but you drift away. Hold tight, I can save you from these deep black waters, pull you in while you drift away. Hold tight, I can save you from these deep black waters, pull you in while you drift away. Yeah, you drift away. I'm holding on until forever I will fight, but you drift away.